What's happening, guys? Jay here, and I'm back with another amazing Omocho review here. This time I have a 1 out of 7 scale Rika Orimoto and Yuta Okkotsu from Jujutsu Kaisen 0, the movie. Now, I actually got this from Japan. I went to Japan back in October and November, and I got this from Ami Ami. As you can see here, I'm going to show a video of me purchasing this in Ami Ami. The box is gigantic, so I wasn't able to take that home. In case you're wondering how I got it back home, I had to remove the box, and here are some pictures of the unboxing. As you can see, it comes in a very sturdy styrofoam crate, and then when you open that up, it's nicely packed tight there. And then if you're wondering how I got it home, I basically stored it in a giant backpack that you can get from Don Quixote. So here is a size comparison here. As you can see, this is the Papa Parade Large of the Colossal Titan of Armin, Arlert from Attack on Titan. As you can see, they're relatively the same height, but of course this thing is huge compared to the Colossal Titan over there. And then here is another big figure, which is the Valstrax of Capcom Monster Hunter. This is the creator's model, and it just towers over the Valstrax and actually most of the creator models of Monster Hunter. It's just a gigantic piece of figure. This channel is very famous for Zoid, so here's the Chogokin Liger Zero. Of course, this is 172 scale, and as you can see, Rika is one of the biggest things ever in my collection recently. I forgot to actually pair it with the Gojulus the Ogre in the background, but it's relatively the same size and mass as the Ogre that you can see just there at the right side of the background. But anyways, let's talk about this thing's weight. This is massive. If I were to show you guys here, I'm here right now. As you can see, I'm relatively an average guy in terms of height and mass, and it just shows you in this scale, in this frame over here, how hefty Rika is. It's just a giant figure all around. This is not made out of resin. It's PVC if I'm not mistaken, but it is one of the heaviest ever in my collection. If I'm not mistaken, this is 8 kilograms heavy, so it's literally like holding up a weight or a plate from the gym. Okay, so when you are displaying this, just be sure that you have the proper display cabinet or the display shelf to hold this up along with your other figures. Make sure you have sturdy wood that won't bend, or in my case here, I have a sturdy glass cabinet from IKEA that can definitely stand the weight of Rika. Now, I'm showing you guys here a bit of the side since I've mostly shown the front only. As you can see, it's a very full figure. The back of Rika is very underrated. You don't often see that in the anime, but they did a good job showing all the details from the back, from the spine. This is a complete curse, right? Befitting of her title, the Queen of Curses. But before Rika, let's talk about Yuta first. I want to talk about this figure first. So Yuta also is 1 out of 7 scale. And let's talk about the details, if they did a good job here. I'm even playing the movie from behind for comparison. And as you can see here, I really like the face of Yuta here. Number one most important thing about the face is how accurate it should be. And in my opinion, this is very accurate to the Jujutsu Kaisen 0 movie. As you can see, the details of the hair there is very nice. The expression of Yuta isn't sort of deformed or anything like that. It's really nice and proportional. If you go to the other parts of the body, the shoes are nicely shaded. It's not just white, but there's a bit of a beige thing going on along with the red lines there. The creases of Yuta's jacket is very nicely shaded as well. In fact, even the button over there, that sort of button is nicely detailed as well. If you go to the back, they're not cutting any corners there. FNX really did a great job here with the shading. Even the katana over here. So they could have done better for the katana, made it a little more battle gnarly, if you will, or weathered. But yeah, one thing I don't like about this is, if you can see here, is the ring. The ring looks really bad here. The paint job's bad. It doesn't even look like a ring. It looks like a sort of smudge on Yuta's finger. So that's a shame. After they did so good in all of the other parts, they just sort of said screw it with the ring. As you can see, he doesn't have a shoe here because his shoe is actually attached to Rika's base, that black shadowy base over there. So you only get the peg here, and you have to insert, basically connect the main body to the base there where the shoe is at. Later on, you guys will see where the shoe is. But yeah, overall, I really like this rendition of Yuta. It's very, very accurate to the anime. And since this is a 1 out of 7 scale, let me compare it to this one. This is Levi Ackerman. This is not from the same line of FNEX. In fact, this is from Kotobukiya. They're both 1 out of 7 scale. And as you can see, both Yuta and Levi are of small build at this point, so they look really good together. It's almost like FNEX is the same has the same quality as Kotobukiya, who is very famous for making anime figures. So very nice, nice quality all around. So when you unbox this, the katana comes in separately, and you just basically have to insert it on Yuta's hand. It fits us tightly there, and then again you just have to insert that peg at the base. It's kind of difficult at first if you're not familiar how it looks like, but when you consult the box, it should look like this, where Rika's chin is sort of just slightly resting on the shoulder of Yuta. And yeah, that's basically Yuta. Now let's proceed to the actual main event here, what you're really paying for. Rika, Orimoto here, the Queen of Curses, and one thing that stands out immediately is how well detailed the mouth of Rika is. The teeth, the shading of the gums. Oh my, this is one of my favorite things about this figure. Look at the tongue there, how purplish and demonic it looks like. But yeah, it's just the shading that they did so well with the mouth. Of course, Rika doesn't have a normal face per se, especially in this version where her eye is not open. So you really have to do a good job with the mouth, and as you can see, it's just amazing there. But besides the mouth, I want you guys to pay attention also to the arms of Rika. The arms scream demon, curse, devil, whatever, right? I like how bony but at the same time muscular it is, and how nicely proportionate it is, especially in contrast with Yuta over there. The fingernails are even given a lot of detail as well. See that they did not cut corners there, as you can see. Very, very demonic looking. The shading of the white is not just, it's not just plain white. There's nice shading there to really show the sort of detail of Rika's body. So very nice all around. If you look at the back, I don't know how to describe these things, but they're basically like her spine. I don't know. So they did a good job here as well, but I don't like the sort of black details there. I think it's not as black as I want it to. It looks like permanent marker just shaded on Rika. So that's one thing I don't like about this. If I turn it around, you'll see more of that black stuff. And it might look good on camera. I don't know what your opinions are, guys, but if I put it closer like this, I don't know if you can see it, but I wish the black could have been a little darker. It seems very light, right? But regardless, it still looks good, and the spine is very sturdy as well. But yeah, I wish that black paint job could have been much, much darker, because it kind of looks too light. It's almost like diluted marker. Yeah. So that's my only gripe about the details of the figure, honestly, but everything else is just top notch. Now I want to show the base here real quick, because the base is a big part of this as well. So they did the sort of shadows thing coming out here, and in terms of shape, I really like the layers here. They did not just give you a flat base. They gave a lot of detail here, but again, same comments. I wish the base could have been blacker. Like Yuta's pants are darker than the base itself. So and we're talking about curses here, so black is a very good color to really highlight a curse, especially one that's emerging, like Rika over here. But yeah, it's not as black as I wanted to, but regardless, at least they did not give you just a flat base. It's really, really dynamic. It shows all of these directions that shows Rika really emerging from the ground. So it's just an amazing figure altogether. Okay, would I recommend this? Definitely, definitely. I got this for 50,000 yen. So I'm not sure about that in dollars. I'll just put it on a video. But yeah, I got this for 50,000 yen in Japan. And you can get discounts if you're a foreigner. Of course, you're gonna get some taxes off of here. But yeah, I highly recommend this. This is a showstopper in my living room here, in my setup in the background. Actually, I display this where Pochta is right now. And it's really gonna catch a lot of attention when you have visitors. And if you just love the aesthetic of Jujutsu Kaisen like me, this is a must-have. Okay, it's also some trivia here. It's also much cheaper than the pop-up parade that's very rare right now with of Rika and Yuta. Okay, so one last look at the base. It's just funny. There's a there's a footprint there of Yuta's shoe. But yeah, it's heavy. That's the only downside of this. It's really heavy, so you really have to manage where you put this in your collection. Don't just simply put it anywhere. Make sure you consult the display cabinet in terms of its max weight capacity to prevent any problems or damages at home. But yeah, 50,000 yen, 1 out of 7 scale, highly detailed, not resin. For me, I think that's an advantage. I don't like resin statues after Reiner over there at the background. I do not like it because it's very easily damaged. So unlike the PVC, this one is sturdier and more durable, and I think it's just way better, especially price-wise. It's way better than the rarer pop-up parade that you really can't find anywhere nowadays. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this review. We'll be reviewing a lot more figures that we bought from Japan recently in our trip. The next one most likely will be that huge life-size pochta in the background, so stick around for that. Anyways, this is Jay. Again, if you do like Omocha, please hit like and subscribe to Omocha Reviews. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.